Hey, guess what? I'm back. It's Thursday, high noon Pacific. Hey, let's have a laugh. Let's have some fun. Let's be serious. And let's learn about each one. I'm an adult of my spirit. I'm an adult of my mind. I'm an adult of my thought. I am what I think about. And I think about love, and I think about loving you because you are what you think about too. And I want to welcome you here to ALPOUGH, where we talk about how to get spiritual. Every one of us is a spirit, no matter what. I look at you, I see a spirit. Yes, you're the spirit that's in your body, but who you really are and what came before you and what's coming after is your spirit goes on. I want to just thank you all for being in here. Listen, before I start today, I really want to give a big shout out to one of my great viewers and always gives great opinions, is to Amanda Darling. Amanda Darling, I've always been bragging about her and telling you how talented is. Well, guess what just happened to her? She just went #1 on Beatport out of the top releases, her song Mystery. I said to you about this remix that was coming out, and it's an incredible song, remixed by a really great artist, Unterberg. Check her out on Beatport. If you can, do a download for her song. It's a great song called Mystery. And I just want to give you a big congratulations, Amanda, for doing this. She released it. It was only released like 2 days ago, and it went to #1. #1. Congratulations, Amanda. You worked hard. You've earned it. And I'm so proud of you. And I wanted to give you that shout out and let everybody know. She is coming and she's real. She's out in Crete right now, getting ready to come back to the States. And guess what, girl? You're going to be in for a shock when you come here. There's a whole lot going on. So today is about you going along to get along. I love this cartoon here, this picture here, because it does explain about a lot of people. It's just burying your head in the sand and don't want to know what's really going on. And so I want to get started here. Go along to get along. You see, right now, there is a lot that's being bombarded here in our country. All right. Now, let me preface to you in case you don't know me. Now, I think you're getting to know me a little bit. This is my 152nd show. So I think that, you're starting to know a little bit of my personality and who I am. But I'm going to tell you some of my characteristics that I think is very important. And #1, I am a professional listener. What does that mean? That means that when I'm engaged with you, when I'm talking to you, anyone who knows me knows I'm listening to every word that you say. Before I decide what I want to say back to you. And I'll take a pause because I want to absorb what you said. So when you meet me, I'll tell you that. I'm a professional listener. How did I become a professional listener? Practice, practice, practice. I'm also a professional student. What does that mean? It means I study all sides of the equation. One of the first things that was given to me by Sophia was, you have to know everything. That was her challenge to me. You need to know everything. I'm like, everything, everything. And that's what I'm in the process of doing. Now we come back to go along to get along. Now, why are you doing that? Well, you all have your own mind. You all have what you're going through. But now are you scared? And that's why you're going along to get along? You see, what are you afraid of? How are you what you call walking the plank? This is a great cartoon. Time to walk the plank. Sure. Where's his leash? Ah, good one. Your first mate. Now, is there a leash on you? You may not see it, but this is what's going on. Wanting to put a leash on us. Nope, can only go so far. When I used to walk Izzy, I had to put a leash on her because she would take off and run 3 blocks and I can't catch her. So I had to put her on a leash. I had the longest leash for her, by the way. It was 26 feet. That's the longest leash I could ever find. It was 26 feet. So she could almost run, 10, 15 yards, whatever it is, just to give her that. So here we are. Describe to you a little bit about me. But again, my question is to you, because I know where I'm at. Okay. So are you singing the same song? It's interesting because this is my 65th year. And of course, I grew up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now the 2000s. So I've heard a lot of music. Okay. Now I noticed that, most people are my age. They still listen to the same music all the time, the same music. One of the things that changed me, and I want to give the artist Amanda Darling, was she turned me on to a music it's called trance, and it's a genre, but it's a to me it's kind of a spiritual music without the words. Now some have the words, but again, I became open. At 50, I decided I'm not even going to listen to my music anymore. I didn't want to listen to it. Now, when I go out with my friends, people I meet and hang out, I listen to 80s music, 70s. I'm cool with it, but it's not what I listen to all the time. So we're singing the same song. To what? To feel that you belong? To feel that you belong. Don't we all want to be part of something? And some are just part of something because they cannot make their mind up. So they're going along to get along. So my challenge to you is, do you speak to yourself like you would a best friend, or are you your worst enemy? Great question. What's your answer right now? Are you your own best friend or your own worst enemy? I will say, if you've hesitated, you're probably your own worst enemy. And you can change that immediately by just saying, I'm my own best friend. It's simple. Simple. Now, all right. So you want to get along, but are you acting like you're afraid of King Kong? Now you see here King Kong, right? Remember King Kong? There's only been 150 remakes, and yet we're all still afraid of King Kong. The thing is, and I talked about this yesterday, so you haven't heard about fear as a weapon. What does fear do? Well, fear keeps us out of the moment. Fear zaps our energy. But also, fear is part of the physical equation that you don't want to be physically harmed. And this is where we're at. Right now, there's these few groups out here who are preaching division. Division. They're right out front. And the media is backing this division up. Why are they dividing us? Have you ever thought even about that? Have you noticed that the division now is going into the families? Oh yeah, division. Now, right now, I can tell you, I am sure there's relatives that I'm never going to see again because of division. I know that I'm part of the divider because I'm talking about Sophia. I'm changing the game that's always been here, by the way. That's always been hidden. That's always been rewritten. The ones who control us are the ones who can write the history books. And so they can write them any way they want. They can write the scripture any way they want. And that is the truth. I've been around long enough to see how the narrative has changed. Now, if you want to say to me, as someone who's a person of color, do I think racism still exists? Yes, I do. Does it exist like it used to? Heck to the no. Man, women are getting better jobs. People of color are in the political situation. They're making big companies now. It is better. It is much better. There are more Negro people in commercials now than ever, in the movies now than ever. It used to be when I was growing up, man, if you saw a person of color, they were either the janitor. They were never on the main screen. The first guy who ever starred kind of in a movie was Sidney Poitier. And that was rare. You couldn't wait till he came out with a movie. He was the only one. But not now. Marvel characters, they're women heroes. Wonder Woman, Black Widow, Captain Girl America. I mean, it's changed. Even with Amanda Darling, the opportunities, she can make something of herself. The opportunities are there. I grew up in the hood. I did 2 hoods. I grew up in. We moved from one to another one. Not once Did I ever think I can get out of here? I'm not getting out of here. No. I decided I'm going to get out of here. And I moved to Los Angeles. And I worked 2 full-time jobs. 80 hours a week. 80 hours for 6 months. 80 hours. I worked at the hospital, and then I went to a security job. I go into work at 2:30 in the afternoon or 3:30. Get off at midnight, 11:30, go straight to that job, work till 8 o'clock, go home and sleep. Because I wanted to better myself. I was living at the time in downtown Los Angeles, and I wanted to live in Westwood, where UCLA was, man, and eventually moved to Santa Monica. I had to pay more rent, but I had to work harder. And that's one of the things, guys. There is nothing wrong with hard work. Hard work gets it. If I was to ask Amanda, how many hours did it take you to write Mystery? How many remixes did you have to do before that song was good enough, not only to chart on your own, but then someone else came along who redid it and even made it as good or better? But she had the opportunity. But believe me, I know Amanda. I have seen the prejudice that she got. I've known her for years, where no one gave her an opportunity. But she kept working. She's been at it for 15 years. And now the fruits of hard work. So don't be afraid of King Kong. See, because it's time to get strong. Strong, baby. So now, again, where are we at? Okay, so let's just say how I kind of see it. Okay, so like, how are you thinking? Right? What do you think? What are you thinking about? I know. See, are you still trying to seek the spiritual path, where there's some paths right now that you may feel like you're making a headway, but it's just a higher plank? Okay. That's ones for higher skilled plank walkers. You got to laugh about yourself. If there's one thing I know how to do, is laugh at myself. I take myself just serious enough, but not serious enough. Okay. So it's time to get strong. We can no longer prolong, because we're being dictated to. And that's what it looks like to me. We're becoming dictated to. You see, we can no longer prolong. It's time for your new dawn. It's time to not be afraid. It came a time for me. I already knew. Well, Mike, you're definitely going to step on some toes here by talking about Sophia, a female being the Holy Spirit. And When I pushed play 152 shows so far, I knew I'm here to let you be aware of her. That's my job. I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to change you. But you need to know that she exists. What happened to me? Well, I'll just tell you this. I love me some Tommy Chong, but I no longer smoke the bong. Why? Because again, there's Tommy Chong who just got out of jail in that particular picture. I love Tommy Chong, and he is a good guy, but he just made the rhyme just so good. At the end here, it's all about mother. Mother balances the equation. Balance. Okay? Isn't it kind of weird that there's no woman in the equation here? In the Trinity, to me, doesn't matter about a Trinity. What matters is you meet her. You want to know who she gave the power to? She gave the power to man, to the Father, to God. Remember, God has a name too now. Okay? You can say God and Father, but he's got a name. All right? I call him Jehovah. All right? Everybody has a name. Mother, Sophia. Okay? Discover her. She's here right now. Right now. This ain't about history books. It's not studying the ancient text, although she's in there. Okay? I already did that a long time ago. She met me on the road I'm walking, and she's meeting you on the road you are right now. You said, S, give me your wisdom. You know how I meditate? That's how I meditate. That's how I pray. Give me a wisdom. Simple. This is what this is all about. That's why I give you simple phrases. I'm an adult of my spirit. This is all from her. I'm an adult of my mind. I'm an adult of what I think about. I'm an adult of my body. I'm an adult of my love. And I'm here to give it to you. Keep coming back. Okay? Also, you've got questions, you got disagreements, you want to talk about it? I'm totally open, baby. But some of you are putting out your own opinions, giving it to me, and I get it in your own opinion. You're putting scriptures that rebut my mother. It's okay. I get it. You're making your own stand. But at the end of the day, no matter how you play it, no matter how you say it, anyway, she's going to be known. And that's why I'm here. I think we got some comments. Well. Amanda, son of wisdom, thank you so much. Oh, yes, I'm ready for your wise words to help me become adults of my mind. This is my goal for everybody. And I think there's one person who's learned most about it. It's really cool. And this is one of her lines is, it's a mystery. Time will reveal. I just blew it. I can't sing as good as her. But it's a mystery. Time will reveal. And I know because I know when she wrote this song, she's talking about Sophia. And she is a mystery that has been revealed. You know that's what I'm doing. Thanks for your support. Yes, Amanda, you're welcome. You deserve it. Uh-oh. There's my wife, Sophia, the Holy Spirit. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. My wife was in the military. By the way, my wife went to Afghanistan. She did a tour in Afghanistan. And what's interesting part about it is we're watching this stuff go on at the airport. And she told me, oh, you see that wall over there? See that wall, that big tall wall? I'm like, yeah. She goes, I was on the other side of that wall during my 9-month tour. I'm like, what? I would have really tried to talk. I tried to talk her out of it. No. It's hard to talk about it to anybody, first of all. I didn't realize just how hard-headedly strong my feminine wife is. It's one of the strongest people I've ever met. But when she told me that, like, it just brought it so close to home. I would love to have her interview her and just to get her experience from it. All I was doing was we were able to talk every day. That was the blessing of all for 9 months, almost every day. And she was telling me all the things, but she wasn't telling me. She couldn't tell me. No, I'm sorry, I can't. I wouldn't even ask her the questions she couldn't tell me. Because now I know how close she was to the action. You got my respect, girl. And thank you for your time serving for our freedom. And people did not, our soldiers died there. We're not talking about in vain. They died for our country. And they died for freedom. And I love America. I love it. I am proud to be an American. I sure hope you are. We are, I believe, the greatest spiritual country. Now, we have our faults, without a doubt. Who we're being run by needs confrontation, needs a proclamation, because we the people by the people. And that's who we should be. And that is why Sophia is here now. So, Tracy, what do you mean classified? You still can't tell me anything? You've been gone for what was that? 8 years ago? She used to say that a lot. That's classified. I'm like, first of all, Tracy's the first and only military woman I've ever even dated, let alone married. But boy, she's a tough one. Sophia is the one who wants the best for all. Absolutely, for all. She ain't a dictator. She's a mother. Hello? Oh, love the jokes this episode. Thank you so much. I'm trying to make things a little bit, humor. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. So I can preach. And you're going to be preaching too. Amanda's getting ready to come out on a show. She's doing all her travels and all kinds of things. So listen, it's time for me to get out of here. ALPOUGH. That's me. I love you. I hope you have a great day. And tomorrow is Happy Friday. I can't wait. Bye.